normally don't videotape my hikes. I take a lot of still pictures, but thought I'd show you all where one of my favorite places to hike. Here's a view of where I just stopped for lunch. Guana Tolomato Matanzas National Estuary Research Preserve. And just show you a little bit of the area. There's my day pack and my camera. They've installed erosion control screening. Been here as long as I've been coming here. In this area, there's a lot of southern cedar, a lot of oaks and live oaks. This area's got a real nice or easy trail system to navigate. Lots of downed wood, lots of shelter material. The saw palmetto, when you cut enough of it, you got a pretty good waterproof roof for shingles. And we'll catch up a little bit later on here. We do get a lot of deadfall in here. And as you can see, being in Florida, once a tree dies and is laying on the ground, the insects pretty much have their way with it. We've got a very, very heavy termite pressure in the area, which is good for the pest control operators. A lot of tidal marshes right in this particular area. Not a lot of wildlife today. Looks like the park's getting ready to do something over here. Not sure what. A stack of lumber. But there's some game trails in the area. Deer tracks. A lot of raccoons. A lot of gator trails. And as you can tell, as soon as you get away from that shoreline, the wind died down quite a bit. Pretty protected in here. Fairly dense canopy. You got some older growth trees. Even when you're hiking, especially when it's breezy out, you've got to be mindful of widowmakers, not just when you're camping, sleeping in a tent. We had a pretty wet summer. This is all left over from that. With the rain we've had, it's probably wet anyway. It's pretty wet. Now let's see what's down by the marsh here. Oh, something's made a trail through here. I don't think it was a person. There's some deer tracks in here. There are a lot of deer out here. A lot of gators out here too. Here's a root ball of looks like an old cedar that has been blown down. That would certainly make for one good wall on a shelter. And it's probably about 9 feet tall. When you get things like this, you often get to share them with other animals. Something's been burrowed and living under there. Back into an area with a lot of live oaks. They were pretty popular in the days of sailing ships. The natural curve of the branch made great ribs for the skeleton of the ships. There's all kinds of little streams that run through here. Nice little boardwalk over a wet area. And the trail over here divides, I think, going to the right. It heads over to the wildlife management area. It is small game hunting season. I think they only hunt on weekends. I'm pretty sure they only hunt on weekends out here. Head down that trail and see what's there. Yep. Doesn't look like there's hunting today, so I'm pretty comfortable walking around in here. This is one of the observation areas in the wildlife management area. It opens up to an area called Big Savannah. Let's see what's out here. I know in the summertime there's thousands and thousands of birds out here. It's a lot wetter than I've seen it before. This is usually pretty dry in here. We haven't had any rain for a while, but as I said earlier, we did have a very, very wet summer. And out there in the distance, and what makes this such an attractive area, is that's actually a freshwater lake. There are a lot of tidal areas out here too, so I imagine there's a lot of brackish areas. But this is Big Savannah. I can't zoom in with this little camera so you can see it. I'll include a still from my other camera. But in that dead tree there's an osprey. Oh, about 15 feet from the top on a little branch on the left. And I'll put some still shots in. Yeah. The osprey left long before I got over here. Years ago, there used to be a nest up in that tree. Up there he is flying around. I don't know if you can see him on that. Going behind that pine tree. He's going to circle around. I'll see if I can get some shots of him. Some kind of raptor making some noise. Probably a falcon. There's a gator over there. Yeah, quite a few in this area. Yeah, he's not that big. 6 feet maybe? 7 feet? Big enough. And coming out of the forest into a tidal marsh area. There's plenty of deer tracks, raccoon tracks, other critters that have been around. Let's take a walk out this way. A lot of raccoon activity. Some deer. We'll go play in the mud. Yep, we're playing in the mud. The area that I came from. There's the Guana River. A lot of kayakers and canoers. Up at the end of the dirt road where it turns to paved, I don't know if you can see a little guard shack just on the other side of that. Gate is A1A and then the Atlantic Ocean. And then go in the opposite direction. Thanks for coming along.